verse 27, and I put commentary behind it. So I went to this commentary, and then, by the way, this is from Bible Hub. It says Cambridge Bible for schools and colleges, because every college or every major university has a theological part to it, a theological seminary, so you can understand. I call them cemeteries. So it says here, and this commentary from the Cambridge, one of the most prestigious schools on the planet Earth. I keep forgetting the other one, and there's two major universities in England. Cambridge is one of them. I forget the other one. Somebody please put that in the description box. If it comes to me, I'll say it. Anyway, it says here, 27 verse. It says, shall rule over them, shall be their shepherd. So the LXX, which is the Septuagint, read the word in Psalms 2. So they refer, the first precept that they refer you to is Psalms 2 verse 9. And Psalm 2 verse 9 simply, which is a future prophecy, it says, you shall break them with a rod of iron and shall dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Now you know what I got to do? Let me go to that precept, and I'm gonna read a verse or two above that. Psalms 2. I'm going to start at really, you should read the whole chapter. It says in the first verse, why do the heathens rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, and against his anointed, which are the children of Israel. That's why you have the UN. Another precept that should come to mind is Psalms 83. Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. Talking about Israel. He that sitteth in the heaven shall laugh. Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sore displeasure. Now this is a prophecy that's coming to pass as I read it. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. And the children of Israel are also known as Zion. I will declare the decree. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has said unto me, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Oh, for these New Testament only Israelites, Old Testament only Israelites, non-Messianic Israelite, how do you explain this scripture right here? It said, ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen, the nations, for thy inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. And this pretty much says the same thing that which is the 9th verse, Psalms 2 verse 9, that Revelation 2 verse 26 said. And it said the heathens, and this was given to Yahushua, the son of the Lord. So if it was given to him, we are joint heirs pursuant to Romans the 8th chapter. So you Christians can't get around that. So let's come back to where we at. Where did we leave off at? Okay, let me go back to Cambridge. For Bible for schools and colleges, 27 verse, shall rule them, shall be their shepherd. So the Septuagint, read the word in Psalms 2:9, which I just read that, which according to the pronunciation now adopted in the received Hebrew text. Because although the original book of Revelation was written in Hebrew, it was written in Greek, because John didn't speak Greek, he spoke Hebrew. It says will mean bruise or break them. St. John, we have seen, does not follow the Septuagint blindly in their deviation from the Hebrew text. See or go to see Revelation 1 verse 6 and 7. Let's see what that says. And has made us kings and priests to forever and ever. So be it. So from this passage and Revelation 12 verse 5, let's see what that says. And she brought forth she represents Israel. The man-child, she brought forth a man-child, represents the Messiah, who was to rule all nations, future tense, with a rod of iron. There it goes again, backing up Revelation 2 verse 26. And the surrounding verses. And her child was caught up to the Most High and to his throne. And when did that happen? Acts, the 1st chapter. Also, Revelation 19, verse 15. And out of his, see, if these Christian so-called scholars read, and these are the scriptures that you hit them with. You don't waste your time with that Gentile argument, man. Well, that's it says the Gentile. Go into the prophecies, because they don't understand the prophecies. Pastor David Lynn doesn't understand the prophecies. Vocab Malone, oh, you know he doesn't understand the prophecies. Dr. James White, he doesn't understand the prophecies. Now, there's certain Christian pastors that do understand the prophecies. So if you encounter them, guess what? The only thing they can do is agree with you. The only thing they can say is, you're right. (2021) not the best time to be an Edomite. Revelation 19 verse 15. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he shall tread, and he treads the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the almighty power. The wine press is where you make wine. The first thing you do when you make wine, you got to gather the cluster of grapes. Then you put them in the wine press and you stomp upon them. Now that's in Revelation 14 chapter. It says we see that he accepted rule as a right reading. Apart from this, shepherd is used in the Old Testament of human and superhuman, because we're going to be superhuman. So you can understand, we're not just going to be the ruling class on the planet Earth. We're going to be the superhuman ruling class. We're going to be like, I always go to the reference of General Zod and the Man of Steel, when he came down to take Earth, and he put what was called a world engine into the Earth to change the atmosphere of the Earth, because he was getting ready to take over the whole Earth, and that was going to be the new Krypton. So you can understand. So now the people of Krypton that came to the Earth were superhuman. That's us. We are the people of Krypton. And in Krypton, the word crypt means to be hidden, secretive. See, this is what the world doesn't understand, that you've been beaten down and shooting in the back and setting up, and the last hide and the first fired. You've been doing that. You've been putting us in hardcore slavery. You're going to realize that you've been doing it to the children of the Most High. Let me read on. Okay, here we are. In the Old Testament, of the human and superhuman, which we will be superhuman, extraterrestrials, we will have spiritual powers. We can disappear and reappear. We can make lightning or lasers come out of our hands. We can fly. We can turn water into wine. Superhuman rulers often enough to suggest its use here. The same metaphor is found in classical Greek. Shall they be broken? Read. Are broken. He is to rule. He is talking about the Israelites. It should be he's is to rule, or they are to rule the nations with as absolute a mastery, as it speaks in Daniel of the lions having masteries over them, as is expressed in crushing a potsherd. Even as I also, of course, the meaning is that Psalms 2 verse 9, and we read that, let's read that again. You shall break them with a rod of iron, you shall dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel, is assumed to be the promise of the Father to the Son, and we are joint heirs to the Son, because we are also sons of the Father, as is plain from the 8th verse. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.